This is week 4 of unboxing the real dramas until they're all unboxed. Today we're doing Draculaura. Let's get into it. Hi, I'm Ryn. Welcome to Ryn.the.Dragon, where collecting especially dolls. My second channel is linked down below. And if my brain cells come together, the 2 that I have left, we're going to overdrive a video that it's like a year and a half would have gone up last week as of uploading this video. And if not, still feel free to check out that channel. There's still fun stuff over there. But let's get into today's unboxing. So like I said, we're unboxing Draculaura, and I am wearing not the exact outfit from when I cosplay as a Draculaura, but I do have this piece and this piece from Draculaura. I bought this one as a backup Draculaura vest. This is actually more color accurate, I would say. But the other one was more shape accurate. Anyway, I also changed my watch band to match and put on matching bandana. I don't have the ears today. They're somewhere. I think I know where they are, but I don't really feel like putting them on anyway. So we're going without the ears, but you get the vibe when you're looking at me, right? So I don't have like the fluffy lace sleeve things, because those are not the most comfortable, and if I'm just filming this little unboxing, I don't really need to wear them. But we're going to be unboxing Draculaura. I have a Draculaura, if you've seen my doll collection video, and she has wonky eye. And so when the new ones came out, I was like, this is my opportunity to get one without a wonky eye. Because I was living with it. I was like, if you don't stare at her, she's fine. But when a new one comes out with the same, and it's the same price as, well, my sister did pay more for that one. But they're going to be like retail price. I did jump on that. And I should have got like 3. I did not. I restrained myself. I didn't have the money to do that. But we have this Draculaura, and in my original like first impressions of unboxing the real dramas, I wasn't sure she has wonky eye. We will see today if she has wonky eye. Out of the packaging. Because I'm nervous that she does, even if it's slightly. It's better than the other one, but you'll see her when we get to that part of the unboxing. But here is Draculaura. And we're not keeping any piece of this box. She does have the correct real drama at the top. Just want to see if there's anything to note. I think I lost a bracelet for Laguna in my last video, if you would have seen that. So this time I'm checking before I unbox, because I couldn't tell you if I did or not. But now we're going to read the back of the box before we unbox her. Fright's camera drama. Draculaura is a hopeless romantic, and for this vampire, it's always love at first bite. Which, yeah. We've seen the movie. We know that that's true. But let's get her out of here. Here she is out of the plastic. Now, before we do a full review, does her eyes look wonky? You can let me know. I can handle it. No, I can't, but also please tell me. Make sure. I'm going to straighten her head out so we don't have any confusions. Okay. Looking at her head now, she looks good. But we will see up close. Yeah, it looks better. It looks better. I think we're good. Okay, now let's look at... Why did only Frankie get a plastic covering case? Here is the poster. I'm gonna be honest, guys. While I did get this in 2022, and I did get the poster, I'm pretty sure. Don't ask me where it is, because it's not on my wall. I have no idea. Maybe it accidentally got yeeted into the garbage. So I was glad that I have this one. So here are the 3 Draculauras. I have the creep reduction in the middle and the 2 real dramas on the outer sides. This one is the old one and this one is the new one. I have the old one on a Ever After High stand just so I can remember which one's which. Even though wonky eyes, you can't forget which one's which. But just in case I'm staring too hard and I start seeing wonky eyes everywhere. She is on a different stand, so she's a little bit higher. And if you can see the dust on Draculaura, Creep Reduction Draculaura, we're going to try to ignore it because she is just always on display, so she's going to gather dust. If you know how to get dust off of like doll hair, let me know. Because do I have to wash her hair just to get the dust out? I don't know. But let's actually start looking at them. I am going to take away Creep Reduction for a bit, just so that we can compare the 2 real dramas, because this real drama is from 2022. And I want to compare mostly their face. But we'll see if there's any other differences between them. And then we'll bring Creep Reduction back. When you're looking at the 2 of them, I don't know if you'll be able to see the wonky eye. Because for a long time, I didn't really notice the wonky eye on this one. But it is wonky. It is. It's slight and is... I don't know. Another thing that I'm noticing, let's see, is that she has a stiff head. Like, her head is like Laguna's was. And I'm just like, oh, okay. So I can't really adjust her head, which I didn't notice forever because I didn't review these dolls when I first got mine. It wasn't about reviewing. I got her out of the box, put her on the stand, and then that was that. Put her in a pose. Now, looking back, her head doesn't move. Like, it just does not move. It's not up in fishbowl, so there is that. But it doesn't move, which is another wonky thing these dolls do. Apparently, you can get a head that doesn't move. I mean, it's very stiff moving sideways, too. But it does, in theory, move sideways. I'm gonna move this. Okay. Do you see the eye wonk? It's only really noticed if you stare at it. And now looking at this one and looking at this one, she's perfect. She's perfect. Because, look at them side by side. You can see it. I hope no one else is just like, you're making things up. No, it's there, it's there. You just have to stare long enough. Because it's not like it's a major difference, but when you have the two of them side by side, it's very noticeable. Another thing to note is how much pink is in the bangs with just these two. I don't know if there's a variation with the year or if it's just each doll. It varies. But she has a lot more pink up here. You can't really tell at the bottom, but at the top, this one just has a little bit more black up here than this one does. The more of the black is noticeable on the sides, but you can see there's more black on this side than on this side. The hearts, I feel like this one looks like it's slightly more like to the center of her face than this one, but that could just be me, or a little bit farther. You know, it's hard to tell. They might be in the same spot. Fangs look relatively similar. Yeah, there's not much of a difference with these guys. Just, you know, hair and eye wonk. So if I stare hard enough, it does look like the heart is in a slightly different position than with this one. Maybe slightly lower. It could be slightly lower. And ignore the bangs being a little frazzled on this one. You know, she is like 3 years old. I'm going to turn them around really quick to see the hair stripe placements. Pretty much identical. But now we're going to bring creep reduction back in. I moved Wonky Eye, Draculaura, and we're going to just focus on the creep reduction and the 2025-2022 Draculaura. I moved their heads up because their bangs kind of create a shadow with their eyes, and so I just want to be able to see her better. And with the creep reduction Draculaura, her eyes are huge. That's not a complaint. I'm just stating that her eyes are a lot bigger than Real Drama's. It's very noticeable. Her eyes are huge. Her eyes could eat Real Drama's eyes. That's how big they are. They're huge. They're dramatic. And honestly, I love that they're dramatic. It does add a little bit of drama or a little bit of, you know, character to her. Real Drama is a lot smaller, and you know, there is an eye color difference, but you know, thing that we want to note is obviously the streaks in the hair is very different, but also Real Drama's bangs are long. Because creep reductions, you can see her eyebrows. Real Drama, does she even have eyebrows? She does. They're black. Whereas creep reduction, they are brown. Which is interesting. I've seen her, but to know that they are brown is interesting. I think they should have been the same color as her lips, honestly. Just because brown seems such like a random color for her eyebrows to be. I think this dark pinky red color would have been better. Now with her face, I mean, obviously her makeup is a little bit different, and her eyelashes are huge with the creep reduction. But something else to note is that the hearts are in different places. with the reproduction, her heart is like right under her eyelashes and is bigger than the real dramas, because like just putting them to the side by side, slightly moving their heads slightly. This heart is bigger than this one, and the placement is also different, because with the reproduction it's like on the cheekbone, whereas with the real drama it's like slightly below the cheekbone. Oh, earrings really quick. Identical. They're identical. I think the one difference is that this is like a more pearlescent color, and this one's just like a muted light gray color. With her little choker piece, it's pink, and this one's white. And the pink one is also like a translucent plastic, whereas the white one is very opaque plastic. She still has the two buttons. These seem like shiny, and these are not shiny. The vests look fairly similar, just different colors. There is a white piece connected underneath for both of them. With the sleeves, the reproduction sleeves are longer than the real dramas, because this one comes down to her hand and this one stops at her wrist. And I think, let's see, the skirts. Line them up. Yeah, I would say that the reproductions is slightly longer. I think with the reproduction, this is a lot, not a lot, it's slightly larger than this one. Not very noticeable, but it is something that I noticed with Claudine's as well. I would say that the mesh part is about the same, no difference with that. And then getting to the shoes, they look the same, just different colors. Difference, I would say, is that this heel is slightly curved, and obviously there is a hair length difference that's not uncommon for the real dramas, but we can see a lot more pink throughout the hair. And something else to note is they're not the same shades of pink. The real drama pink is a lot cooler than the reproduction pink. I like both pinks, but when it comes down to Draculaura, I like the reproduction pink more. It just feels like, that is her pink, and they neutralized the pink for the real dramas, which is a choice. Nothing negative about it, just I kind of wish it was the same pink, but when it comes down to the dramatics, they even made Frankie's blue more blue than we really see her with. I do love the amount of streaks she has in the reproduction. It streaks for weeks, and it's adorable. I love it so much. And I know it's just at the top and the rest of it is black, but when you have this much pink, it's intricate. And I could tell you right now, the upkeep on that is not easy. It's not easy. Because as someone who did the streaks just in my bangs, not easy to keep up. The black bleeds. Unless it's her natural color is black, and she does the pink, and in that case it's probably fine. But if her eyebrows are brown, and her hair is black and pink. Anyway, we're getting off topic, but let's turn them around, and we can look at the arm situation. Now, in my last real drama video, I would have showed you the arm wonk that I discovered with my Raven Dance Wednesday. Like, all three of them have the same, like, arm situation. So, that's not a difference. They're the exact same. They're the exact same. Yeah, they're the exact same. Arm wonk has it. Reproduction has it. 2025, 2022 Real Drama has it. Like, their arms are supposed to be down here, I would say, because that just feels right. And I'm sure there is a way for them to be like that. We're gonna try it at the elbows. I think we're slightly fixing them, unless they bounce back up or just move slower. I think we slightly fixed them. For my Wednesday is still broken. I mean, not perfect, but these look a lot better. I mean, slightly better. They're not perfect. I might try something to fix their arms, but yeah, that's the three of them. I am happy that I got a new Draculaura and that she doesn't have eye issue or head issue, because, like, look at that head movement. Look at this head movement. So you know that it does actually stay in a position. And then this one does not. So I'm glad that I got the new one. Eye wonk is going to be going to my sister. And she already has the Count Drac pet. So he's not going to be in the comparison video. Only one is protected from the sun, and that is reproduction. Here is the reproduction with yellow eyes, pink bow, and white and pink sweater with, you know, pink hearts and a little, like, fancy collar. Then we have the Real Drama with the silver bow, pink eyes, and then silver and white sweater. The side by side. Pretty much identical, just different colors. Also, looking at the poster. 2022 in the corner. We have Count Drac in the back. And honestly, it's kind of fun to do these poses for the dolls when I display them. Those are the three Dracs. And now we're going to go to the outro. So the final verdict is in. She does not have wonky eyes. She's perfect. Which I'm very happy about, because I was concerned. And I think the glare, and her head actually was tilted. Her head was tilted, so it did make her eyes look wonky. Like one was slightly higher than the other one, like the other doll was. So I was very nervous about that. But getting her out of the box and adjusting her head, she's great. I'm glad she isn't wonky-eyed, because my sister bought the first one. I didn't want to buy a second one just for it to be exactly like the first one. So I'm glad she isn't, and she's going to be joining the Creep Productions and the Real Dramas on the shelf. I'm really excited to get all of the Real Dramas and the Creep Productions organized on that shelf. I will be filming that. I should have filmed, and I knew this when I was doing it, I should have filmed me rearranging the shelves again, moving everything down a shelf. But when you're in the flow, you just gotta go with it. And setting up a camera would have stopped the flow. So I did rearrange the shelves. Everyone moved down a shelf, and the Creep Productions moved up a shelf, and they have the whole shelf to themselves. I do have a bunch of stands on the back, but once I actually organize it, those stands will be going somewhere else, obviously, because I won't have room for anything else. The only thing that I am sad about is that the shelf that they're on, Deuce cannot be on because his snakes come up too high, and so it doesn't work out. I also think no boy can be on that shelf because I had Claude, and he couldn't be on that shelf either because of his ears. So it's not very boy friendly, because I was even thinking about moving my Addams Family down a shelf to have the Real Dramas up there. But then Gomez can't be on there. And I don't know if Morticia would be able to go over there. Only ones that can go up over there are the younger ones. And it's kind of funny how, like, my $100 Draculaura Elizabeth is kind of like being added into the Addams Family just for being on that shelf. Also, like, my really tall Monster High and Ever After High dolls are over there. So we're going to be, like, reorganizing that shelf. You'll probably see it in 2026 because of all the other videos that I have to film, edit, and schedule out. I have a schedule for October, which you're watching. I have the schedule for November, and then I have the schedule for December, like, already, like, pre-planned. And so it's gonna be sometime in 2026. I also have I'm waiting on one more Funko Pop to arrive for me to do the Clueless Funko Pops. And tell me why. I pre-ordered these Funko Pops in April, May, around that time. Well, the April ones were the Monster High. I think May 1st was the Clueless ones. And already Ty went down to $9. Now I got them when they were like 13, but now Ty is like $9. But that video will be coming out eventually. Since the house is awake and moving around, I'm going to end today's video here. I need to take this top off because I'm kind of uncomfortable anyway. But next week is the last week of the Real Dramas where we unbox Cleo. I'm so excited to unbox Cleo, so stay tuned for that. And until the next video,